Hello people and welcome to the Party Starters podcast with me, Kane Towning. This guest is the live stream king. Yes, Mr. Dale Castell. I find out what his secret is. Why are his live streams so successful and what they mean to him? And they do mean a hell of a lot. Before this, he was thinking about jacking it all in. The live streams have helped reignite his love for music and passion for DJing. We go back to his early days in Leeds where he started at filth playing that fidget sound right up to present day and what his future plans are. So welcome to the Party Starters podcast, Dale Castell. Welcome to the Party Starters podcast with me, Kane Towning.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Mr. Dale Castell, how the devil are you?
Now then, buddy, I am very well, thank you, sir. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm loving that big smile on your face.
Thank you very much.
Got to start by congratulating you on the live streams. It has been absolutely phenomenal to see. I don't think there's another DJ out there, a solo DJ as well, with no, big brand behind them, or you're not doing a big virtual festival. And your numbers have been insane. We're talking, what was the highest numbers you got?
5.1 thousand was the record of watching at any given time.
Wow.
Over the course of the 3-hour set. I think it was just about 300,000.
Jesus. Yeah, as I say, I've not seen them numbers on, some of the huge DJs doing stuff. And not forgetting, the amount you raised for charity as well. What was the final figure on that?
We raised just short of £11,000 for Overgate Hospice in Halifax, which is a charity close to my heart. My mum works there. Great charity, local. And yeah, it's just been nuts. It's been absolutely crazy. The whole thing, the streaming, the support, and the charity raising, it's just been incredible. Immensely proud and grateful for everybody, really.
I mean, it's been hard to catch you because you're even doing TV appearances now.
I know.
How did it all come about? Were you just having a mix in your bedroom and then it just...
Yeah, it just... So when the lockdown was announced, I thought I just need to do something just to keep myself occupied, really, because I'm so used to, as you know, every Friday, Saturday going out to DJ, to have that taken away and then to just be sort of sat at home, on Netflix. I just thought, I need to do something to keep me busy. So, it was all just a bit of something to do, really. And I've got a small flat here. I have not a lot of space, and the only place that had any sort of room where I could set up some decks and get everything going was Leo's room. So I set up in Leo's room, and just I thought, right, I'll do it like I do like the weekend. So I thought I'll set up like an event, and I'll do like a Friday and a Saturday. I give a bit of consistency. People can know when I'm going to be on, and so I set it up. Went live and just wow, just nuts, absolutely crazy how it's all come together and turned out. And yeah, I'm still pinching myself now, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I think just how you've explained it and how it's come about so naturally, and it's not a fancy setup or a flashy setup.
It's certainly not.
It is as raw as it gets, and to have the success you have is unbelievable. And I'm sure there's lots of people listening and lots of people messaging you. I know everyone's messaging, everyone's saying, how do you do these live streams? What's the best way to go about it? I know people have been pulling their hair out with the technology side of it.
Oh, I was.
So what's your advice? What's the secret? Why are yours so good?
It does sound really, it does appear to be a simple thing, live streaming, but it's not. There is so, before I managed to get my act together with it, I must have bought about 1,000 connectors on Amazon trying to get it to work. First of all, I was going through an old iPhone, and then I was using this other connection and this, that, and the other. And it took me about a good few weeks to actually get it right.
Just a bit of trial and error.
Yeah, Yeah, because it was important that I got the audio direct, and that in itself is an absolute nightmare if you don't have the right equipment. So yeah, it took a few weeks to get right, but if you're going to do it, just I think keep it simple. Really, just keep it simple and just have fun with it. I think what I've noticed is a lot of streams quite serious, if I could say that. Really, fair play to anyone that gives it a go. It's quite nerve-wracking and it's quite difficult to get set up, but just have a bit of fun with it. I'd say if I were to give any advice to anyone setting up with the live stream, just have a bit of fun, just enjoy yourself, just smile, have a dance, have a mess around. Just don't take it too seriously. End of the day, you just play a bit of music, aren't you? It's not a serious thing. So just enjoy it, have fun.
You look like you're certainly enjoying it, and
carpet's worn out in bedroom. I have to get a new carpet after all this dancing around.
And one thing with your streams that's obviously been hugely popular is the music, the funky house music. You've really been championing that sound.
Yeah.
Which is very different from the Dale Castell I first met back in the filth days and the fidget days. But staying on the funky house subject and sound, how did your love for funky house first come about?
I've always DJed it from the start of when I very first started DJing. I used to play, my first residency was in Halifax at a club called The Tube. And in there was just pure funky house, pure classics, old school and stuff like that. And that's what I was sort of brought up on in terms of house music. And that's what I've always loved. So when I first started playing, I was playing that music. And then shortly after, the electro thing kicked off with the sort of, it started off electro, then it moved into sort of like the fidget sound, and at the time I really liked it, and I thought, I want to make a go of this with this music, and it was that music that really helped me get into Leeds, to make a name for myself in Leeds, and that's really how I became to be in Leeds, really, from that music.
So you were playing funky house first, and then the electro fidget sound come in, and then that's what direction you went in.
Yeah, I always liked it a little bit dirty from time to time, and this electro sound came through, and I really liked it. So I thought, I'll start playing that, and from there, I started doing like CDs of this music, and I used to go to Leeds because I did this when I was living in Halifax. And I then moved to Leeds to basically be closer to where I wanted to eventually DJ. So I moved to Leeds, and I used to go out into Leeds with my CDs, and I used to go to all the nights that I wanted to play, give out my CDs to everybody, introduce myself to randoms in the clubs and this, that, and the other. And one CD that I handed to somebody then got passed to Danny Savage, who had just started Filth at that time. It was just as it was kicking off. And I got a phone call saying, I've got your CD here, really like it.
And it was Danny?
I want you to come and, Danny Savage, he said, I want you to come and play. The first gig he gave me was in Barnsley, actually, at the Lacorum.
All right. Yeah.
Great venue, horrific sound system, if anyone knows it. And I played there with Mickey Slim. And then from there, he invited me to become a resident, and it was just moving into Mint Club, and then from there on, it just went nuts for Filth. It was just, as you know, it just blew up, didn't it? It was massive.
Yeah, it went huge. I mean, I remember it even went to Ibiza, and you was
there. It did. Yeah, wow, yeah, Ibiza. Yeah, it went to Zoo Project. There was the I Love Leeds Filth festival there. That was absolutely amazing. Then it was at Boho in Ibiza, and then it went to a few other places. But at the time, back then, Filth at Mint Club was just insane. It was just, I always remember because we used to open door, and you'd sort of look up. You'd be playing, and so I'd do warm up on occasion, and you'd be playing, and you'd look up, and all of a sudden, the whole club was just absolutely rammed within about 5 minutes of opening. And those were good days. I mean, I'll always remember the Filth days.
I think I remember a video. It might even be on YouTube now. Still, I'm sure it's you playing at the Zoo Project in the Seal, and it was absolutely It's crazy.
It was day and night, wasn't it? The tune. It was day and night. Yeah. I remember because it was just like it was just Leeds. It was like you transported Leeds from the Mint Club to the Seal Pit, and it was just incredible. This was 2008. Yeah, 2008, and yeah, that's up there with one of my favorite gigs of all time. Just to see everyone just going absolutely crazy. Yeah, just amazing.
I think it's probably still kicking about on YouTube. So
I've still got it. Yeah,
have you?
So that's on my profile. If you dig deep onto my profile, I think you'll find it actually.
Oh, wicked! Yeah, go look for that if you want to view it. Definitely.
Yeah.
So then, what happened with the Filth journey, and where did you go from there?
Well, me and Danny Savage always had a interesting relationship. We were a love-hate at times. He loved me, I hated him. I hated him, he loved me. we had a bit of a funny relationship. I mean, obviously, he's a good friend of mine, and I absolutely love him to bits. But at the time, we did have a bit of a up and down relationship, and
a few tiffs.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, and it got to the stage where the fidget electro thing was starting to die down a little bit. The music Filth started to shift towards like tech stuff like that, and that was never my thing. And eventually, we had a conversation, and he said, you know, if you continue to play this music, then it's not going to work. We're going to have to, you know, let you go as a resident, and that was fine by me. And then Bitch came along, if you remember Bitch.
Yes.
Which turned out to be a tech night. I didn't really think it through, but yeah, so it turned out to be a tech night. But yeah, so Bitch came along and said, do you want to come on board with us in Leeds and help set up the event and promote and stuff like that? So I moved across from there, and then me and Danny fell out for a little bit after that. But yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes in the industry, isn't it? That's it. That's how it works. As you know, it's, you know, things change and opportunities come along, and yeah, it was sad to leave Phil because, you know, I've got a lot of amazing memories from that night, and I owe Phil a lot, and I owe Danny Savage a lot actually for listening to the CD in the first place, really. Yeah, that's just how things go in the industry.
And then you was a Bitch resident, which was a big night in Leeds and around the country as well. I think they did quite a lot of stuff in Manchester.
Yeah.
And then where did it go from there?
Yeah, it was really good actually. We were at Mission and we did a few shows in and around the area, the north, and we did Brixton Academy for the Swedish House Mafia thing. That were massive. Right. And again, it just sort of fizzled away, really. Yeah, it just one of those things. It just died down, and I decided to move on. And at that time, I just started at Fibre. Actually, I think it was 2010, 2011. Fibre started. I mean, I'd played at Fibre before, just doing little bits and bats, but then I was asked to go to do Fibre as a resident, and that was 2010. So that kind of came after Bitch,
and that kind of reignited your funky house sound. You could really play that at Fibre, and which is what you're still doing today.
Yeah, it did. I mean, that was the time, because I a little bit once the fidget electro thing sort of passed on, I found myself a little bit sort of lost about what music I wanted to play. I was a bit like, I didn't really know. As I say, I was dabbling in a bit of tech and this, that, and the other, but I never really felt it. I was just doing it to sort of fit in, really, which you should never do as a DJ, by the way. And yeah, when Fibre came in and said, do you want to come down and play here? At that particular time, the music down at Fibre were quite a little bit, I'm honest, it was a bit confused. There were never really a sort of set sound at Fibre. You'd go in and it would be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I wanted to, because I used to go to Fibre years ago when I was like 18, 19. Me and the boys used to come over from Halifax, go to Fibre. And I remember going in and just walking into Fiverr and everyone were on tables dancing on the bars. And Funky House were just going, you know, proper Funky House were going, and I was like, wow, this place, man, this is ace. And I love this. And I wanted to sort of try and bring that back, really. So when I started at Fiverr, I started playing all the Funky House again, and just love that. Yeah, it was just ace, and just that music, it's just ace. It's just like Funky House is just, it's just happy, and it's even old tunes sound current, and yeah, I just love playing it. I just love it.
And you are still a Fiverr resident today. I mean, how many years is that?
10 years nearly.
10 years, wow.
10 years, yeah. 10 years.
That is a very long residency. What is the key to holding down a residency for people listening? What's the advice on that?
I think it's just to be consistent, to be reliable as well. I think more than anything else, if you're going to be a resident somewhere, you need to be reliable. Make sure you're always there when you need it on time, and just play the music that's suitable for the venue, really. And you can't really go far wrong with that, really, I suppose.
Yeah, Fiverr really, you know, it's Funky House through and through. It's never even veered to tech. It's never gone any other direction. It's just pure Funky House. And
yeah, I mean, there's been times it's deviated a little bit away, not from me, but from others. But essentially, Fiverr's been as successful as it is. I think over the years it's been open because it's always been what it is. It's stuck to its roots of being a bar that plays this type of music, and that's it. You know, it's never tried to be anything else other than a Funky House gay bar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what you're getting, and I guess it's credit to you as well to not follow other trends that other people are doing. You know what you need to deliver as a resident, and that's what you've done for 10 years. I'm sure it's been tricky at certain points, especially in Leeds, when there's a certain sound that's coming through that everyone's jumping on, like or like the jacking era, or when tech got really popular. But I guess it's probably hard as a resident to not deviate into them areas and just stick to being a solid resident.
Yeah, it's easy to jump on a bandwagon, and I've been guilty of it before, to try and play maybe music that I don't particularly have a passion for, music that, you know, I'm not a massive fan of, maybe, and I've played it because I thought, you know, people want to hear it or it's cool or whatever. But nah, you should always stick to what you know, what you love, and what you're passionate about. And eventually, I think if you're true to yourself and you play the music you want to play, if you're good enough and the music's good enough, eventually you'll get your break.
Yeah, and it is kind of easier said than done these days with stuff like social media. It's so easy to look on that and see a certain type of music, a certain trend, and think you need to go and follow that.
Yeah, as I say, it's easier said than done sometimes. You're seeing all these DJs on Insta, Facebook, playing to these thousands of people, and you might look at it and think, oh, I want to do that. Start playing that music, but you've got to stick true to yourself. And yeah, like I say, if the music's good enough and you are good enough, eventually, hopefully you'll get that break. Just be true to yourself.
Yeah, and consistency is a big one there. You are super consistent, you know, in everything, in the mixing, in the music. It is consistent. You know exactly what you're getting with Dale Castell.
Yeah.
So going forward to present day, what are your future plans with these live streams? Where do you see them going? What are you going to be doing? And what are the plans after lockdown once you can get back out and play again?
Well, it's just that obviously it's an unknown quantity at the moment in terms of when we're going to be allowed back out. Me personally, I've always had in my mind that we will be the club scene will be the very last thing that is, you know, back to normal, so to speak. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong. You know, that's just my opinion. But you know, I can see this lasting a little bit longer, maybe till sort of New Year. So this streaming, the whole streaming thing, it's all new to me. I've never done a live stream before all this, and never used the microphone before in a set. I was scared stiff. On the first stream that I didn't have a mic. Well, I did have a mic, but I didn't have the connection to plug it in. So I didn't use it. And then the second time round, I thought, right, I need to use a mic here. I want to try and interact. So I got the mic going this time, and I was absolutely petrified to use it because, if you're not used to doing it, it's quite nerve-wracking. The whole thing's nerve-wracking. Streaming itself is nerve-wracking. The first one I did, I was meant to go live at 5, but I ended up doing it at 5:30 because I was so scared to press button. Like I was like.
But why is it so nerve-wracking when you're used to playing in a club in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people? Why is playing in your room so nerve-wracking?
Why is it playing in your son's bedroom so nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
I think it's because, obviously, I'd have been happy to get 50 people watching at the very start of this journey. I'd have been buzzing with 50 people. But even with the thought of 50 people watching you in the back of your mind, it's still really scary. And I think what it is because when you are in a club or in a bar or in the DJ booth, you sort of, you're almost protected behind the DJ booth. You're sort of away from everything, and if you do a dodgy mix, then it's not the end of the world because people probably aren't paying much attention. But when you're doing it on a stream, you're literally just there.
No hiding.
They can see everything you do. There's no hiding. They can hear a pin drop. You can hear every single thing that you do. And so, yeah, we're really nervous at the start. I was like, right, you're supposed to go live at 5. What time is it? Oh, it's 5:15. Right, well, I'll go live in about 10 minutes. And I'm like, this finger like this, shaking, like ready to press live. And even now, after 10, I think I've done 12, 14 streams over the last course of the 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Even now, I still get nervous to do it. So it is very strange.
I guess with the numbers you've been getting now, you've got a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's weird. You sort of get nervous to start with before you press the live, but once you get going, you sort of forget about it, and I just have fun with it. I just love it. It's a completely different buzz to playing in a club, playing in a bar. I can't even explain some of the feelings I've had whilst I've been playing. It's just been incredible. When we were doing the charity thing, so what I did was I made my mind up of when I was going to do the charity fundraiser, and before that, each stream I was trying to build the numbers up, and I was trying to encourage everybody to share and get the numbers up, and it were great, and everyone really, really helped out getting the numbers up. But when you look at the numbers on your screen and you see all them people watching, it's a strange feeling because you think if I had all these people in front of me in a club, it'd be as far as the eye could see. But yeah, you can feel the energy behind. It's weird. I'm playing to a wall essentially. I'm DJing to a wall, but the energy, I can feel it. It's really, really weird, really weird. And when we were raising all that money, I could see the comments from people all going, yeah, this is amazing, I'm buzzing, blah, 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 and everyone was getting involved. And you could almost feel it through the iPad. Honestly, I can't explain it. It's a very strange but amazing thing. And, it's these streams I'll never forget. Like, honestly, like going back to that Seal Pit gig, like that Seal Pit gig in Ibiza was one of the best gigs I've ever done in the time I've DJed. The set that I played in my bedroom, in Leo's bedroom, is on a par with that.
Wow. It's really interesting that, because how you say you can feel the energy from speaking to other people, and also some of my own experiences, especially when we used to do some radio bits. I remember we did some at Radio 1 Extra, and we were buzzing for it, and then we got in there and it was a studio, and obviously there's no one there. It were, even though there were loads of people listening, because you couldn't see them, and we were so used to being in clubs and having that interaction. Yeah, we didn't really get that energy. So it's for you to capture that through the screen is
I think it's because of the comments as well. I think it doesn't matter about the numbers really. I mean, as I said, I pushed the numbers on certain streams because I wanted to get this charity fundraiser to be, as big as I could possibly get. So I was pushing the numbers up until then. But really, the numbers aren't important. What's important is the people that are there, that are enjoying the show, and the interaction is the key to any of it. That is where you get your...
It's nice to have a few thousand numbers, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
There's no lying. Obviously, it helps if you're playing in front of 20 or 2,000 viewers. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be a bit more buzzing.
Yeah.
There's no shame in saying that at all.
You're probably right. You are probably right. I mean, it was, but again, it was such a strange buzz because you can't see him. It's just a figure on the screen, isn't it? It's just a number. Yeah. You're just looking at it, and it's 5.1 thousand. You're just like, well, yeah, 5.1 thousand. But if you had him in front of you, you'd be like, wow. But yeah, so
like you say, it's a completely new feeling for you.
Amazing. But no, honestly, fantastic. So going back to your question, what is the future for it? I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on these streams. I love it. It's something that, as I said, I've never thought of doing before. We've all sort of been pushed down this streaming sort of avenue because obviously there's no real other choice for any of us at the moment, apart from radio. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And we're moving over to, actually just announced it at the moment. So Our House and my stream are moving over to the Home Rave platform, which I'm really excited about. Brand new platform developed specifically for home streaming. And we are moving over to there from this Saturday, which I'm really, really excited about, because that's going to allow me to continue to do the streams legally without the hassle of Facebook. Don't get me wrong, Facebook's been absolutely phenomenal for these streams. Without Facebook, we'd have never have reached the amount of people that we have, would have never raised that much money for charity. But it's not going to last on Facebook. It's, we're constantly getting taken down. And to be honest, quite rightly so, because we're not supposed to be doing what we're doing. We don't have the relevant license to do it. So with this Home Rave, with all the PRS licenses paid and everything, we can stream legally, and it's going to be ace. So I'm going to continue to do my Friday, Saturday show as normal until further notice. And even when lockdown's over and I'm back out doing the gigs, I'm still going to do it. Still going to do it. I just love it. It's just, honestly, it's ace. It's ace.
Yeah. I guess the platform just gives some more professionalism to it. Like anything, you start from the ground up, and you're ready to move on to a more professional platform and take your live streaming to another level.
Yeah. I mean, the future, who knows where the future leads with it, really. It's exciting times.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about your event side? Once we, let's look into look into 2021. What are you going to be doing event-wise?
So it's obviously a frustrating time at the moment, as you'll understand too. It's impossible to plan anything right now. It's frustrating. I'm going to do like a big reunion for everybody. Not sure where, not sure when, but that is something that I'm going to organise for 2021 most likely. So try and get everybody together for one big knees up of all the music that I've been playing on the streams, and because it's become quite a bit. It's become a community as this Our House stream for me, for everybody on it. You get your regulars on there all the time, and they're all chatting away, and it's become a place where if you're on your own, you're living on your own, and you want some company, you can come on and jump on, and people are all there, and everyone's welcoming, and it's really, really good. Yeah, it's become a community almost. I want to throw a big reunion party for that, and then I want to go into the almost like the family side of it as well, because I've been inundated with videos of families dancing together, kids dancing. When we did the Look North thing, I asked for the videos of from people at Home Rave, and most of them were just all the kids all dancing around the kitchen or in the garden. They love it. They absolutely love it, which is good, because the sooner you introduce your children to this type of music, the more chance it's got of living on, into the future. So yeah, I want to do like a family rave, like an Our House family rave. So like you've probably seen something similar already. There's stuff like that out there already, but I want to do like a family Our House as well, where like during the day, Saturday afternoon, get your glow sticks and just bring your kids. It's just be it, and then Leo can come then, because Leo, my son Leo's 5. I can finally DJ in front of him, because I always thought that
that's
I might not get the chance to do that. But yeah, so and then Our House, we'll just see how it goes from there, really.
I think that's wicked, mate. I wasn't expecting the family idea. I think it's a really, really good idea, and a real testament to how much you are just enjoying this.
Yeah.
To want to do that as well and carry that on to bring some enjoyment to families is it.
I've been really surprised with the amount of families loving it. They've all been. I mean, I've had messages from loads and loads of families, people saying thank you for bringing my family together. We didn't really talk before, but now we're all dancing around the kitchen. We've been having barbecues. We've all been dancing, and honestly, it's just been an amazing experience, and it's just nice to have a bit of positivity in amongst all the horrendous news that's coming through, and so
I bet it's been great, for you personally as well, to not only have something to do during this time, but something really, really worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, before this all came about, if I'm honest with you, I was starting to have maybe a few doubts in my mind whether I wanted to carry on DJing. Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes you get to a point where you just think, just can't see this carrying on really for much longer. No, I wasn't immediately thinking of just throwing in the towel, but just got a little bit lost with it, really. I think, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but this whole thing, these streams, has just reignited everything about why I love DJing, why I got into the music in the first place, and everything else. And it's just been like invigorating for me. I've got the passion back. I've got the fire in my belly. I'm just buzzing with it again. I look forward to it. I can't wait to get on stream. I look forward to Friday, Saturday. Can't wait to get on, finding tunes constantly all the time and stuff. And yeah, it's been
that's just amazing, isn't it? How everything's just been stripped back and you've just got the music. That's all you've got, and it's reignited.
Yeah, it's just been mad. It's been mad, honestly. So yeah. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying around. Good,
man. No, it's really nice to hear and see, Dale, and it's exciting. You're in a completely unique position that no one's ever been in. We've never been here before, so
no, we haven't.
It's really interesting to see where it's going to go, and I'm looking forward to watching it.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
Right, well, I'll let you go plan your next Superstar live stream.
Cheers, man. No, I appreciate that. Cheers, buddy. Thanks very much.
Welcome to the Party Starters podcast with me, Kane Towning.
I know you're gonna dig this.